We could potentially be seeing two former Thunder players coming back to Oklahoma City to fill in this last roster spot that we do have available. And yes, I'm talking about Danilo Gallinari and Bismack Biyombo, but the question is Mark Daigneault and Sam Presti and company actually going to give these guys minutes if we do sign them? Or are they going to be a veteran presence in the locker room or a potential trade piece down the line? That's kind of what we're here to talk about in today's video, figuring out, are they actually guys that we need on this team in the long run? That's all I'm really wondering when I look at all these trade and free agency rumors that I keep on seeing in the offseason right now, like Bismack Biyombo and Danilo Gallinari. Are they guys that are actually going to play? Are they going to get meaningful minutes on this team? Markelle Fultz was a guy we mentioned before. Is he going to get meaningful minutes? That's the question that is surrounding me when I'm looking at all these potential free agent signings. We're going to talk about that right here today on Thunder Digest. Before we get all that, though, voice crack. Before we get all that, I want to take a moment and just recognize that around 65% of you guys coming back and watching these videos are not subscribed to the channel. If you guys enjoy the content, find yourself coming back on a regular basis, or if you're watching the videos all the way through and you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel. With that out of the way, we can go ahead and get into the video and topic at hand, talking about these two guys. Who is the more likely person to be re-signed to the team? Who would I re-sign? And is it really needed or necessary right now? I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way. Do we need to sign any of these guys? No, we don't. I'm going to go ahead and recognize that from the get-go. However, for depth purposes, for culture and team fit purposes, I think it would be nice to go ahead and get one of these guys. And going in an article that I found on the Sporting News by Brody Bitters, talking about the 5 potential free agent signings that we could see with this last roster spot. They were all big men, which we kind of need one more big man in place in case Hartenstein or Chet or Jay Will do go down with injury during the season. God forbid that happens. But we do need someone to back up there in case one of them goes down to fill in their place while they recover. And he talked about them in great detail. The first person he talked about right here is Bismack Biyombo. Of course, a guy that played for us last season, which honestly, he was more of a culture fit. And he recognized that as well. Although Biyombo did not see much playing time with the Thunder last season, he became a major culture piece for the team. While adding other players would involve developing that chemistry with the rest of the guys, Biyombo is already acclimated with the team and is well liked by all the players. Bringing back Biyombo would most likely involve him playing the same role as he did last season, where he's a vocal veteran piece to help the younger guys improve and develop confidence. So as you can see right there, Biyombo is a guy already that wouldn't get any playing time. He's there for garbage time minutes when we're up big or down big, or if, like I mentioned, someone goes down with injury, but he's more there for a culture guy, mentorship, veteran presence. He's a glue guy. Every team has that glue guy who isn't really much of a, factor on the court. However, off the court, he keeps the team together. Every team needs that guy, and Bismack Biyombo would be that guy for this team. That's why I kind of like the Thunder re-signing the guy. He already knows everyone besides Hartenstein and Caruso, and of course the rookies we drafted. But like it was mentioned in the article, everyone else on the team already likes him. I'm pretty sure Hartenstein and Caruso and Jones and Topic and Mitchell would get along well with Bismack Biyombo. I just have a feeling. When you look at him, like Oklahoma City, they produced a movie talking about Bismack Biyombo. Talking about him that showed it and aired in Oklahoma City. He's already liked by the team, by the city, and by the state. It makes sense to bring him back on a veteran minimum just to kind of, ride the bench and be our glue guy. And that's perfect. That's a perfect role for him in his stage of his career. However, Gallinari, that could also be another fit for him as well. As Brody Bitters talked about him right here, while Gallo's impact and production has decreased over the past couple of seasons, the 17-year veteran has plenty of playoff experience and can provide good outside shooting as a career 38% shooter from behind the arc for a big man. Not only that, but Gallo was also a part of the 2019-2020 OKC team that surpassed expectations in the bubble. With Gallo knowing SGA and the type of culture that the Thunder has, Gallo could be a great piece to help OKC get over the hump. And he's putting Gallo as this guy that would get valuable minutes. I don't want to say valuable, But playing time, especially in the playoffs, frankly, I don't really see that. I don't see him getting any minutes. I feel like we already have guys that are way better. We have 10 guys on our team that I think are already better than Gallinari, maybe even 11 or 12. Gallinari's just at that stage in his career where this honestly might be his last season playing. And he did have a nice little stint when he did play in OKC, and I'm going to bring up his career stats in a minute. I just think out of the two options, I'd rather go Bismack Biyombo. Not because of playing time or style, mainly because this last roster spot, it might just be a glue guy. It might just be hey, why not bring him on? Why not sign this guy? He's going to be great. He's going to be a great leader in the locker room, great presence. He's going to build up this team chemistry quite a bit. Bismack Biyombo already has that presence with Oklahoma City Thunder. He quickly became a fan favorite. You could clearly see that by just mentioning the film Bismack in OKC. Like, that's insane. Like, he got his own movie for the state. So it just makes sense to bring back the guy on a veteran minimum. It just does. But I could see Gallinari. I could see. We love to shoot the three ball. We do. We were the best three-point shooting team in the league last season. So it makes sense to bring on a big man that can shoot. It does. When you look at his career stats, like it was mentioned, career 38% from behind the arc. When you're looking at his stats as a whole from his career right here, looking at all that right there. The OKC year was a outlier for sure. Played 62 games, started every single one, had 29 minutes per game there. Average, what is that? 18? If I'm reading correctly, 18 points a game. Second most or third most he's ever averaged in his career. The only other two times was in Denver in 2015, 2016, and then the Clippers the year before. So clearly, he had a great year. And sorry for leaning in there. It was hard for me to see. I just noticed I was leaning really far in. But he had a good year in OKC, but you can tell he's been decreasing gradually over the years just because he's getting older. He's not as agile. He's not as good as he once was. However, mentorship, leadership, presence could help out a guy like Chet Holmgren, Jay Will, some of those guys out there, bigger guys that can shoot. It might be a thing there where it's a veteran leader, someone to kind of mentor these two guys because he knows this is probably his last season playing. He might retire during the offseason as well if the team doesn't pick him up soon. So it's one of those things where, okay, I can see the Thunder also pursuing him. It's just interesting looking at it. There's a ton of ways and avenues they could go down. Re-sign Bismack, go after a guard, pick up Gallinari. I also saw Jay Crowder's name get floated around in there, Wesley Matthews. A few guys that could just kind of get onto that last roster spot for a minimum contract. That's really there just for glue and mentorship and just kind of being a presence in the locker room. That glue guy, like I've been mentioning. Just being a glue guy. That's all they would be needed for. That's all I got for this video, though. Sorry, still getting over COVID. But let me know what you guys personally think. Who would you guys want to see the Oklahoma City Thunder sign with this last roster spot? And be realistic, all right? Like, who is the best fit for the Thunder? Because they aren't going to get much playing time. I think we already have a set 9-10-man rotation we're going to run with. So who do you guys see being that last roster spot? Is it Gallinari? Is it Bismack? Or is it someone else that we haven't talked about? Let me know down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.